Hey guys, it's Daniel. The following is from former Alice in Chains manager Susan Silver on Lane Staley's death. This is from Grunge is Dead. Quote, "He wouldn't answer the phone, wouldn't answer the door. Every once in a while, he'd let one guy in that had been friends with the Alice guys who ultimately worked in my office. I was one of the only people he would let in to see him and bring him things from the office. He was very much housebound. He came out for a recording session, and that was the last time I saw him. The session was supposed to be at 4 in the afternoon. He finally got there at midnight. And that's just the way it was with Lane. You go to pick him up, to take him somewhere, and the next thing you know, 4 hours have gone by. He could pull you into the world, shuffling around, getting somewhere over here, and then getting somewhere over there, doing something on the Game Boy, and then doing something on the TV. Days would go by. He came to that session. I hadn't seen him maybe since I went to his apartment in 1996 to tell him that his girlfriend died. I hardly recognized him. He looked different. He didn't look like himself anymore. But he had the same sparkling wit. Looking at him thinking, my goodness, he's physically changed, yet just as sweet, just as funny. Quoting lines from silly Nickelodeon at night TV shows. The news of his death was a phone call we all feared for years. No one had heard from him. And the people that we were in touch with to let us know that he was still okay hadn't heard from him. His little odd weekly habits had stopped. Sean got a call from one of those people and said, I'm going over there and I'm going to kick the door. I have this sick feeling in my gut. I said, Sean, we need to get his family involved. His stepdad and his mom. When he didn't answer the door or respond in any way, the police opened the door, and the rest is history. In 2006, Alice in Chains decided to take a brave step and go do what they love to do, play Alice in Chains songs. It took 4 years after Lane's death and 9 years after they had last played together to play again. So they did a benefit for CARE, for the tsunami victims of Southeast Asia that raised over $100,000. I said, why don't you go do something else? So, into the picture come Ann and Nancy Wilson again, who I really want to stress what incredible guidance they've given musicians in this community. In March 2006, Heart was doing a VH1 special, Decades Live. Usually they take classic rock musicians and bring new musicians to play one of each other's songs. And Ann and Nancy asked if Alice would like to play. So we all went out there, which for me was significant because it was 5 days after I had signed settlements with Chris. Went off to the East Coast with the gracious hosting of Ann and Nancy once again. I realized that it was okay. As much mental anguish as we had gone through, is it okay to go on without Lane? This mantra kept going through my head as I'm watching these guys rehearse. Choose to live, choose to live. They chose to live in what they love to do, play music. That was really inspiring. It gets to the point where they're going to do an Alice song during Heart's set, which is Rooster. Anne wanted William Duvall to sing. She did, all these years later, what Chris did for Eddie at the Moore Theater, when Mookie Baylock played for Alice in Chains and gave her blessing to William at that moment during the show. I know that it's really personal for me, but it was also a historic moment. That specific acknowledgement towards how things are now, that there's a history not to be forgotten and there's a history about to be made.